person, we are not seeing that person. We are thinking that, hey, Corona is coming near.
You could have the space here.
So that here we are seeing everyone is a Shivagana and enjoying others. Really, the Sangha people are really taking care. It's not, it cannot be imagined. So too many of caring here. So cannot express in words that Swamiji giving that experience.
Yes, amazing. So there were so many obstacles, like when you, as you said, there is only single layer quarantine and home quarantine, which is not much safer to travel around. Even if you are at home, you are at the highest risk of getting the COVID-19 pandemic affecting you. But what made you exactly take this decision to come and reach Adi Kailasa and have this multi-layered quarantine protection for this COVID-19 especially?
Actually, my father-in-law and message Swamiji in that YouTube that Swamiji is kidding and giving command like Odia, Odia, come on.
We don't have much time. We come as early as possible. So we just took the decision in a day, within a few hours, and we didn't even think of we should go later or in a few days we will be going to Adi Kailasha. We said we should be there in Adi Kailasha, and we just packed everything and came. It was like
actually in Tamil Nadu that time was full lockdown on Sunday, every Sunday. Swamiji given that command on Saturday morning. After that morning, see if the government is releasing that lockdown, they have to announce one day before, right? But in that Saturday, after Swamiji's command, immediately afternoon only that government is announcing that today, that Saturday and Sunday is removing all the lockdown and people can move. People can freely travel. So after that from Monday onwards, they are fully locked down. So that announcement has came in the news. So immediately we took action and went for the corona test and get that negative test report on the Sunday afternoon. And we started at 4 o'clock on Sunday, and we reached here at 12 o'clock midnight.
So it was a sudden decision, immediate decision that we should not drag Swamiji's words. We just took a decision and just came.
The moment we took that decision, we have to move. Or immediately in the news, they are announcing that tomorrow is free from that.
People can travel from anywhere to anywhere. There is no restriction or no lockdowns. So it was like, then they can say yes to Swamiji, and he just cleared all our obstacles, and we just came.
And one more miracle happened during that Karnataka border, that enter. Actually, my brother went there. The officer is asking so many questions from other peoples, but my brother told that we are going to Nityananda Swami Ashram for doing service for COVID-19. They said immediately they approved for us, and we just move from there. But others are not allowed. The people front of my brother and back of my brother, they are not allowed. But my brother got permission and immediately he moved from there.
Exactly. So if you see, when you take a decision to make Guru work happen, so how Swamiji says, I just rush towards you thousandfold, manyfold times before even you just put one step. So you just need to just decide. So as you see, like a lot of viewers are watching this program. So what would you want to tell the viewers about the importance of reaching Adi Kailasa and to take this multi-layered quarantine as a definitive protection for your life itself? So what would you want to share with the viewers?
See, apart from the corona, we have right Vadavarana here. Apart from corona, we have right Vadavarana. This 6 month, this time duration, we have to build our yogic body, Vedic mind. See, the Bhagavad Gita class is going on there. So it is not possible for us in if we are in our home, it is not possible. We are not sitting. We don't have time. If we have time, we are, because of the laziness or tiredness, we are not spending mind for learning this kind of things. But here we have so much of time, not doing anything other than the spiritual routine. So we are automatically, we are in the right Vadavarna. Because of that Vadavarna, we are automatically involved in that learning that Samaskrita and chanting Bhagavad Gita, and involving in puja, learning puja, and doing yoga, everything. So
the main thing is, like Swamiji said, this year we should be alive first. Only if you are alive, then we can do anything. Like if I am like asking some people to come here, like devotees itself, we are asking, they're saying they have their job or any sort of reasons. But the first thing, as Swamiji said, we should be alive. Only if we are alive, we can do anything. Like whatever we need, if like they are saying that they're taking care of their grandparents or the elderly people. So these are the sorts of reasons they are having. But the main thing is, only if they are alive, they can even take care of their parents or grandparents. So that one reason itself is enough for mainly coming to Adi Kailasha. So if you are outside, there is of course 100% risk of getting corona, because the situation is like that. People are just going here and there, and we are getting to interact with the outside people, the vendors, the people in the shops. Some or the other way, we just do that. And people do not quarantine themselves in their house, because there is no proper place for them to do their multi-layer quarantine. But here in Swamiji's ashram, we are just multi-layer quarantining ourselves, and even with we are just like fully protected, 100%. We are just getting protected, and we are not even, that's what, we do not even have the fear of the word corona. We're just living freely. And main thing is that we should be alive. As Swamiji said, the death should not be so cheaper that we should die in a disease. It should be as an enlightened royal thing. So for that reason itself, for just being alive, we can just come to Adi Kailasha immediately. That is the only thing I just wanted to share.
Exactly. So when I see both of you like smiling and having a bubbly face, so when the whole world in this COVID pandemic is actually literally afraid to even open the windows to breathe fresh air, like how Swamiji has created a beautiful ambience where we literally even forget, when Kartikeya was sharing, we literally even forget about keeping ourselves alive. Instead, we think about yogic body, Vedic mind, and how to expand our consciousness. That is the compassion and love of the Supreme Portal of Hinduism, where we literally forget what is happening in the outside world, and we have been completely protected by Paramashiva and Parashakti. Yes. So, what do you want to share more with the viewers about what are the various levels of protection you're receiving, like in terms of Ayurvedic Kashayams, in terms of COVID protection care which is given to you, and the organic food that is given to you? So, can you elaborate more on that?
Yes, we are having a Siddha doctor near with us. So he is doing lots of that kashayams and all herbal teas every day morning after yoga. In between that puja, he making that 11 types of herbals. It is nearby. It is not even we are purchasing from outside. In our own campus, everything is growing. So he go and he went and collect everything. 11 items he collected and make tea, herbal tea, and give all of us. We are taking every day that herbal teas and that kasayam and stream. Yeah, that we are taking that stream every day. And
wow. So yes, ma'am.
11 items in one meal. We are just having 11 varieties of items. Organic, everything is organic, and everything is being sanitized and then given to us. And we are like literally enjoying here. Accommodation, everything, like we are being in
we have more than comfortable compared to my home. We are having more comfortable compared to my home. Here we are very comfortable stay.
Wow, amazing. So thank you so much, Ma Akshaya and Kartikeya, for coming and sharing your experiences of how you're enjoying the experience in Adi Kailasha Sadhana Peetham. Yes. So with that, so thank you everyone. So we just had a beautiful sharing from our devotees from Chennai. So, how literally, when the whole world is facing death in lakhs every day, you forget about that and you're just protected in the multi-layered level, and you're given the utmost care with immune boosters, with all the protective aids, and even if you have any milder symptoms, you have the best medical care that is offered with organic food, and literally just you sleeping on the lap of Parashakti and enjoying her presence in Adi Kailasa. So with that, we come to the end of this segment, and we'll be moving on to the next segment of power manifestation. So let us gather back for the next segment of power manifestation. So thank you everyone. Nityanandam.
I bless you all. Let you all open all your three eyes. I welcome you all with my love and respect. Let you all open all your three eyes. Om Nityananda.
And foolproof. This is a science because it can be repeated by anyone and repeated any number of times. And the evidences for the science, the evidences from the scriptures, the Shastra Pramana, the eternal unchangeable truth revealed in the source scriptures, the Vedas and the Agamas. Apta Pramana, experience and results of the Aptas, the Rishis, Munis, Ganas, Nayanamas, Alvars, Siddhas, all of them are authority of Hinduism, who manifested all the powers of Paramashiva, which is authentic, time-tested, scientific and foolproof. All of them from human became the superconscious being. Apta Pramana, Atma Pramana, account of His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam, this millennium's avatar's personal experience of our manifestation. Bhagavan's very own Leelas. Bhagavan has mapped it as per the Apta and as per the Shastra, with the reference manifesting all the powers of Paramashiva. Shakshi Pramana, like all of us, experience of the devotees, followers and disciples all around the world, manifesting the powers of Paramashiva, initiated by Bhagavan himself. Bhagavan beautifully says, whoever comes to the Kailash Kotiyar manifesting power group, simply I will be there, the presence will be felt and manifest as their reality. Each of that, he clears our blocks and floods us with auspiciousness of all the gift that he gives us. For each one of us, beautifully, he has gone into the meticulous work of making it for each one of us package and simply making each one of us experience. That is Kailash Kotiyar. And Pratyaksha Pramana. Pratyaksha Pramana is the scientific study measuring the effect of being in the enlightened state. Bhagavan has beautifully given us the thoughtless space that can be simply experienced when you are in oneness with Paramashiva. Again and again, there are trillions of research which is happening, how the quantum works, how the brain elasticity works, the mirroring neuron, all that they are studying in a very expensive way. Here, Bhagavan just makes us sit with a cup of a coffee or a chocolate and makes us manifest all the powers and puts us into the thoughtless space. Yes, as per science, the thoughtless space for 3 to 4 seconds is possible. And we are initiated devotees, disciples, followers of Bhagavan. Those 3 seconds will manifest as the highest reality. The abundance start flowing in us. The more we are in the conscious space, more we experience the higher reality. Let's go to the Shastra Pramana. The Shastra Pramana from Veda Agamas. All these references beautifully Bhagavan has given. The 112 Shiva Sutras, Bhagavan has spoken on each one of them and clearly said, each one of them can become a religion. That powerful they are, each of them can transform us into the ultimate reality. The Shiva Sutra for the power, scriptural reference for the power of will, changing the taste of liquid or solid. This is from Shiva Sutra, Sutra 1.13, Icha Shakti Uma Kumari. Bhagavan Parameshwara says his will is the energy of Shiva and it is called Uma, and the independent power of Parameshiva and it is called Kumari, the cosmic energy that plays. Bhagavan beautifully shares how Shiva Sankalpa Mama Samakalpa is the free will. Is it life predetermined or free-willed? Clearly he says that as long as we are in delusion that the outer world exists as we perceive, we are in bondage. Everything is predetermined because based on our past we are running our life. But when we get out of that and experience the oneness with Parameshiva, the ultimate reality, it's simply we get a next level of way of existing as consciousness, a superconscious being, that it becomes free-willed. It's like you being a slave in a chocolate factory and you being the owner of the chocolate factory. That is the difference between the predetermined and free-willed. You become the owner. You can do anything in the chocolate factory to manifest as your reality. That's exactly how Bhagavan has given us this ultimate science for each one of us to experience. In NASA, they spend billions of dollars for doing all these experiments. Here, Bhagavan, just in oneness, we can manifest all these reality. Each one of us experiencing this again and again in every session proves very clearly all of us can manifest all the powers of Parameshiva. It's just that we have to engage ourselves more into the Parameshiva space. Bhagavan beautifully says how everything that we do, when we offer to Bhagavan and then we consume, then the whole thing that exists is completely new. For example, in Tirupati, the laddu has been made. Every day they offer it to Venkateshwara, and then the laddu changes phenomenal that nobody is able to recreate that very taste. It is not because of the logical thinking of how much of each added amount of things in the laddu, but it is much more than that. We are adding consciousness. Bhagavan beautifully give a reference. He says in a story where there was they were asked, all the mad people who lost money and became mad were asked to draw some pictures. And all of them landed up drawing the same kind of pictures. And the doctor who was analyzing all these pictures again and again to study how each one is carrying their incompletion became mad. When we are engrossed in something, we become that. The Vata Varna is so important because unconsciously we are imbibing all these, whatever is presented to us, much more than consciously we are understanding what's going on. So that is why Bhagavan says, when you are in the beautiful space like Kailash Kotyar, the meditation space where every day you experience the highest reality again and again, that you are consciousness, you are Parameshiva, then the whole biomemory, muscle memory starts speaking that language. And everything you do throughout the day, if you hold that ajapa japa and that vata varna again, you are living as conscious being, and soon enough you will experience that you stop reacting. You are in Paramashanta Swarupa. You are in complete, even in chaos. Nothing is going wrong in your life because everything looks auspicious because you are in the space of Paramashiva. More and more you will start seeing the changes happening around you in spite of the chaos which is going through, that we are going through, and nothing other touches us, and also auspicious and abundance start flowing in us because of the space that we are now in is complete the restful awareness. The auspiciousness happens when we have the cognitive shift. That outer world that we understand, what we understand as outer world is not the way we perceive the truth. The truth is the quantum space, the Paramashiva space, that nothing can be lost. Bhagavan clearly says we cannot be violated. that nothing can be added to or removed from infinity, then it is not infinity. If we are infinity, then I cannot be less than that anytime. If we have that beautiful space of oneness, we understand the higher reality, all the fear and greed just drops, and we understand that beautiful space of oneness matters the most. How in Tirupati the Laddu became the conscious Laddu. In Shivacharya says in the Agama that even if you drink, offer it to Lord and then start taking it. Beautifully, all these truths really become our own self. Whatever you eat, food is your body. And if you offer everything to Paramashiva and take it, what are you taking? You're taking only consciousness. And more consciousness, the Paramashiva space that you are in, you become that. You become the owner. You become free-willed. It's like you can now manifest whatever you want as your reality, as Paramashiva simply makes it happen. Let's go to Apta Pramana. The power of will is so powerful that you can go beyond all the Panchabhuta. Here, there was a huge storm. This is from Sai Charitra. This is chapter 11. Baba, they all ran to Baba because there was so much of thunderstorm, so much of flooding, and they could not do anything in the village. So many things you can see how Baba manifested the higher reality. And simply he told the storm, stop your fury and be calm. That's all, to the storm. Not to a human being, to the storm, he said, and simply it settles down and the moon came out and everybody went back to their routine. This was all possible because Baba is in that space of superconscious space, or simply Paramashiva manifesting through him. All we need to do is all of us can experience this. Who said it's not possible? So many millions of them are experiencing again and again and again. And same, we can also experience, we don't have to drop anything. We have to drop which is not there, which is the fear and greed. And the incompletions go along with that and causing so much of trauma in our life. The pure space that we are, how Dhruva, he was so intense. He told his mother, I am going to go and meditate on Vishnu. The mother said, till he appears physically, don't stop it. So dedicatedly he stood, and he stood for 3 months. He stood on one leg. He stopped sleeping the next month. He stopped eating the next month. Then he stopped breathing. Literally all the lokas started shivering and shaking. A small kid could hold that level of integrity to the space. I have to see Vishnu in physical form, not in my third eye. That very powerful statement that he grounded himself for the higher reality, simply shook the lokas. Bhagavan says, if Brahma has to appear, he will appear. If you are very clear with your cognitions, the clarity in that small child, other than that thought, he didn't have any other thought. That was the power of will. Power of will is something you have cognized, like you know the colors, you know the shapes, you know the places, so many things. Like that, if you have the power of will to cognize, you are Paramashiva. Very clearly, Paramashiva has to happen to you. There is no other go. Only thing we think that something has to happen and then we will accept it. That's where we miss out. If you clearly define Paramashiva will happen, life is contribution for others, simply you will see life just unfolding and manifesting as n dimension for you as reality and auspiciousness. Now let's hear Bhagavan speak.
But these 5 are the basic unit states of consciousness. Your concept of life, death, sex, wealth, purpose of life, goal of life, methodology of life, everything changes based on the state you start celebrating your existence. If you celebrate the dream state of you, as the best way of existence, then more and more you will get addicted to pornography, drugs, this delusion-inducing lifestyle. You will get more and more addicted to delusion-inducing products, goods, services, pornography and drugs. Don't think it's a coincidence that both of them are always together. It's not coincidence. Both of them are dream-inducing. Both of them induce the same kind of taste and state in you. That's why the drugs and porn are very closely associated. The state you enjoy decides. The state you enjoy decides the products, the lifestyle, the purpose, the goal, all this you are going to entertain, engage in your life. Person who enjoys his dream state or deep sleep state can never tolerate neem juice or castor oil. If you start enjoying neem juice and castor oil every day, your body will never let you waste your life in dream state or deep sleep state. You will have deep sleep, the number of hours you need to keep yourself healthy. Maybe maximum 2 or 3 hours only deep sleep you need. Another 2-3 hours dream state you need to keep yourself healthy. Cope up with the reality and all 5 states of consciousness. If you take regularly these few herbs, Adimaduram, malic acid, castor oil, neem juice, you don't even need 3-4 hours of dream state. I tell you. Especially this Adimaduram, malic acid and all rebuilds your muscles so powerfully. Your nervous system will be so alive. You will never need hours of dream state to keep yourself fit, healthy, awake. I insist at least all my disciples to add these few items in your food directly or indirectly. Even if you can't take neem juice, you are feeling, take neem tablets. The neem tablets are available, very organic neem tablets are available all over the world. Take 2 tablets. That is okay. That is enough. You will see that the quality of your consciousness starts raising. Understand, the food is directly responsible for the quality of your consciousness. I am working in a large scale, organizing all the ancient scriptures my gurus taught me on this alchemy science. I am already planning. Hindus have a great thing to contribute to the humanity. The alchemy science of states of consciousness is unique to Hindus and Hindu tradition. Just by the herbs, the higher states of consciousness is induced in you. Not like drugs, no. Through the pure meditation and herbs, the highest states of consciousness is induced, and whatever you see in that state of consciousness will be directly manifesting in you as powers.
So beautiful. Yes, Bhagwan has beautifully given, and you can also see how Vishwamitra, he created Trishanku Aloka. The king Trishanku wanted to go to Swargaloka with his body and nobody accepted him. And so he created just by the power of will. If we can create Loka, that level of consciousness that we can manifest as reality, just imagine the space that each one of us that we carry. That is why in the Purana, Bhagavan beautifully says in Devi Purana that Vishnu and Shiva came out of the nails of Devi. And then in Shiva Purana, Devi and Vishnu is standing as Dwarabalaka for Shiva. Each of these Purana just praise themselves to the highest reality. Each one of us can experience the highest consciousness is how we exist. Each one is a Brahman, infinity, and each one is manifesting our reality continuously. But if we understand that we are manifesting, who is manifesting is Paramashiva through all of us, we will be manifesting the highest signs. Here we have the Shakshi Pramana who has manifested couple of powers. They said they have manifested the power of increasing and decreasing their toes, and simply the pain also went away. Bhagavan says the pain is the most thought lie in the world, because as consciousness there is no pain. Quantum does not have talk about pain anywhere. It is only the frequency. So where is the pain coming in? Because we think we are the body and consciously we are not thought that pain is a lie to focus where is the pain. Bhagavan says wherever the presence is, pain cannot exist. If you sit and focus where the pain is in your body, where it is paining, simply the pain disappears. And you keep doing this again and again, you master the pain. Like Balasans, they master the pain. Many of the Balasans have had fracture, not one or two. And simply they do not experience pain. Same way they are, Dira and Maria is explaining that they changed the water. First it became bitter and then sweet. For Maria, it was sweet both the times in both the cycles. All these were possible when we understand not only our thoughts, thinking we add in our recipe, we can add consciousness also. And when we add consciousness more and more, it becomes blissful food. So let's go to the instruction to manifest the power of will, the most beautiful space that we can experience. And really we can see it in reality. This is one of the beautiful power that Bhagavan has given, where we can experience it with our senses. How your eyes, your nose and your experiences all can experience that there is a consciousness which is manifested as powers. And it is not matter. A dead body is also a matter which has five senses. The minute the person is dead, can we pour a juice and ask them to experience anything? Nothing happens. There is something which even the five senses experience is the consciousness. If we understand more and more the higher science, there is something more, we'll get curious about it. We don't have to define anything, but just get curious about it. That is enough for us to get into the higher space. Now let's go to the guidelines. If you have the camera ready, please set the camera with the timestamp. These are extraordinary moments that you cannot record. NASA spends billions of dollars to record all these things. You are sitting with a mug of coffee and enjoying Parashakti, and you are experiencing all these powers. Even as little powers as once in 15 days you experience, it is worth recording all these things. And if you have the Jnananjan in your Kantamala, if you've got the Kantamala, you can apply in your third eye and your temple. If you do not have, that's okay. You can have the Basma. If you don't have the Basma also, the turmeric, apply the turmeric every day to detox the third eye, Bhagavan says. In the night and the day, if you apply, it will detox the third eye. If you have a partner, wonderful, or you're going to do it by yourself. It can be liquid or solid, but clearly keep the liquids. Taste it a couple of times and take strong ones, like you can take cardamom, you can take coffee or tea, you can have different things kept, and please write what you want it to change, or a plain glass of water. And if you want sweet taste, you can write, I want to change this as sweet, and put a label. clearly so that you can take a picture, and after the change again test it twice to make sure authentically it has changed the taste. You're offering the Naivedyam and you're going to have the Prasada. And all these, the greatest signs, everything when we offer to Bhagavan and when we receive that, simply the whole dimension changes. In Indian cooking, what they used to do, of course, long ago, every time they start cooking, they'll make a mound, like a mound, a small hill, like so much, and they will keep it as Ganesha. And then they offer everything as Ganesha. Everything will cook and come back with correct taste, correct salt, correct sweet, everything perfect. So all that we are going to do is hold Parashakti in your inner space and manifest the power of will. The power of will, static matter, that everything that exists, everything that you know, you don't know, everything is Paramashiva. Strategic exists, the dynamic activity that happens is the Devi, Parashakti, constant vibration happening as reality. The third, the strategic existence, the power of will, how you decided to walk, talk. Whoever decides whatever in their life, they master that, they become the best in that. Here, Bhagavan is holding that powerful space. Yes, Bhagavan is residing in me and he will manifest whenever I ask. You're a $1 trillion child. Be very clear, if you're in Kailash Courtyard, you are blessed. Blessed to be in that space of meditative space and be in the Paramashanta Swarupa space and not have any of the reactions that is going on, because you are the chosen one. Bhagavan says, unless we are the chosen one, we can't come here for hearing these words. We would have switched off long back saying, oh no, I don't want to do all these things. But we are here and we understand our brain is able to catch something more than logic. Be very clear. Bhagavan says, go do an Anga Pradakshina and go round yourself and thank Bhagavan and thank yourself for creating that space for you. Now let's sit straight, head, neck and spine in a straight line. Bring Paramashiva, Parashakti, the deep meditative space that Bhagavan has given this beautiful space for all of us. And he says in Kailash Courtyard, I myself will be present, and you can feel the presence of Bhagavan, Parashakti. Hold yourself with the 25 heads of Devi. Yes, you has 25 heads and 75 hands and 50 hands and 75 eyes. Drop your cell phone. After that, you can hold your cell phone with the hands. Now, hold that Parashakti in your third eye. Few minutes, a deep meditation. Let's see what happens and what we experience. Absolute unclutch from everything you know as your outer world. What could happen? Just experience that. Only I will hold Paramashiva, Parashakti. That is Thyaga. Sacrifice is not Thyaga of something what you have. Bhagavan says, what you don't have is what I ask. The confusion and chaos and all kinds of trauma we don't have, because nothing is gone. We are, each of us are Paramashiva. If we understand that only the mind dies, the birth and death cycle is for the mind, not for us. We will realize that who we are is the Paramashiva space, which is constantly available, the eternal nectar, the blissful space, constantly holding Devi and manifesting Devi. Just tasting that nectar, you would never want to do anything other than be there in that space. So absolutely oneness with Paramashiva, Parashakti, intensely chanting the Mahavakya, few minutes. After that, it will start becoming Ajapa Japa. Ajapa Japa means moving without moving your tongue and making the sound come in your throat. We have so many outer world tunes, but now let's hold the Om mantra or any other Mahavakya, Shivaya Namah, Om Namah Shivaya, whatever Bhagavan has initiated you. When mantra becomes Mahavakya, you merge into the mantra. That is the speciality of Mahavakya, Bhagavan says. So beautifully, let's entangle with Bhagavan, who is in quantum space, the Paramashiva space. Chant the Mahavakya, hold the oneness and see what happens to the prasada. Let's start chanting the Mahavakya. If you have any questions or anything experience, please post it in your Facebook or YouTube. And let's start chanting the Mahavakya.
Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om 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 Nityananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nityananda Paramashivoham.
Such a beautiful space of receiving the prasada. Each time you meditate, each time you experience the oneness with Paramashiva is the deepest meditation. When Bhagavan is asked by the scientific community, what is he doing in the brain? What is he experiencing exactly? He simply says that he's opening his third eye and he's in the deepest samadhi. And he says, like a petal, one by one, it opens up and the higher reality. The beautiful space when we have the power of will, simply we can manifest anything in our life, especially when you're aligned to the consciousness as the ultimate goal. You contribute to the world much, much more than any other contribution. The beautiful space simply happens around you is the phenomenal things, the power of will. Bhagavan beautifully says how your gut has to digest everything. Your gut bacteria, if you have 10 trillion bacteria in your body as human cell, you have 100 trillion cells as bacteria, viruses and parasites in your gut. Your gut has all the imprint of how you are, whether you are a thin person or you are like all that which is there in our biology lives in the gut, which creates all that bacteria, probacteria, and all kinds of things which runs our life. Detoxing our body again and again simply makes us manifest a highest power. Beautifully, Bhagavan tells a story of Adi Shankara when he got thirsty. First, he went to an arak shop and his disciples were so happy. He drank the arak and all of them drank. Then again, after some time, he felt again thirsty. He went to a molten metal shop where they were melting metal. And he drank that also and asked the disciple, now are you ready to drink this? Or you drank from the last shop? The disciple simply disappeared. The stomach he had to digest anything was clearly shown. The power of the gut, that nothing could disturb him. Nothing in the outer world even touches him where he resides. That power of will that he had. Not that anything touches anybody. Nothing anyway touches. That is why everybody, even the worst trauma state, we go to sleep very peacefully. And in the deep sleep, we don't know. In the dream sleep, whatever we go through in the reality, we don't know. Not even our name, not even whether we are women or men. So we are residing in that, but living that in this life consciously, that the mind cannot touch the consciousness. Whatever happens in the mind will not disturb you. That power of the will to hold that I am Paramashiva, nothing touches Paramashiva, and everything as exists as is, because I am infinity. Nothing can be removed. Nobody is lost. Nothing is lost. I can just be there in a form I create, like how Bhagavan says, like a laser beam, we can create the reality what we want. If you have the laser beam and you can decide what pictures have to be projected, what would you do? That's exactly our life. Again and again, living that as our reality, whether we are making a coffee or running to the office or typing something to somebody in a chat. Everything is Paramashiva's manifesting through you. Holding that cognition makes us manifest the highest space. That is power of will, strategic existence, consciousness. The potential cognitions of the powerful cognition becoming potential cognition, Bhagavan calls it, to become our reality every time. So with that space, let's have one more short cycle of meditation. Hold that intensely inside you, the Paramashiva space, Parashakti, Devi herself, just overflowing with the joy and compassion, just for you, each one of you, experiencing that oneness and entangling with Bhagavan in the most beautiful space. Let's have one more cycle of power manifestation where keep the glasses of water or liquid or solid, clearly define the name, authentically verify every time, make sure that it is only through consciousness it has changed. Do not add anything and do not compromise. Whatever is the prasada, accept that. It has not changed, it has changed. It is bitter instead of sweet. Everything is a prasada, whatever Bhagavan offers. Once you get into the space, the doubts will simply get out of you and know very clearly you cannot be disturbed. So hold that beautiful space and let's sit straight and bring Parashakti to our third eye for the next cycle and start chanting the Mahavakya, the power of will.
Om Jnananda Paramashivam. Om Jnananda Paramashivam. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up. Om Jnananda Paramashivam. Om Jnananda Paramashivam. Om Jnananda Paramashivam. Om Jnananda Paramashivam. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Jnananda Paramashivam. 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 Om Jnananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Jnanam Paramashivam. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Om Jnanam Paramashivam. 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 Om Jnanam Paramashivam.
Such a beautiful space of oneness with Paramashiva. Let's go to the last part of sharing. Each one of us experiencing this higher science, higher reality. Today, so many of you manifesting the power of changing the taste. This is just a glimpse to show you that you are the possibility. It might be as small as some water has become sweet, but something in you has shifted. That very you will experience the higher reality. That beautiful oneness with Paramashiva, again and again, deep oneness with Paramashiva, and the cognition becomes more depth. And there is a dollar sign at the end of the YouTube chat. You can offer whatever you want, a unit of your currency. Again and again, we remind you, because the space of Kailasha starts happening the more you engage yourself in offering whatever as a contribution to the world. Sharing, contributing is a way we can expand, get grounded to these realities, which is always a learn. You start establishing and telling people, hey, this is what it is, and this is what I invest my life in, is this Paramashiva space. And your space is Paramashiva space. With that beautiful space, let's surrender to Bhagwan all this beautiful, powerful cognition and power manifestation, and thank Bhagwan for whatever he is contributing to our life again and again. And in deep gratitude and earning, ask Bhagwan to make Paramashiva as your reality space. And with that, let's end this session with the Purna Mantra, and thank each one of you for that. And let's end with the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purna Purnamudashyate Purnasya Purnamataya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhagavate Sri Nityananda Paramashivam Padukarpanamastu. Thank you so much, and see you after the next satsang, next darshan, and Kailash Kotiyar Manifesting Power Group. Thank you, Nityananda.
Nityananda. That time, because both of us believe help Swamiji means help whole world. It's a big decision, but we just discussed so short time already. That decide. I really appreciate my husband love me so much and believe me, trust Swamiji so much. Soon here will be big temple, Gurukul, Goshena, and library. Introduce this my story to you, just me. Don't give up any chance to be founding father of Kailasa. It's best thing you can do in your life.
What I mean by the word e-Kailasa, listen intensely. Enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself, in your own home, wherever you are. If you cannot come to Kailasa, it's okay. Kailasa can come to you. Kailasa coming to you is e-Kailasa.
I'm as old as sun, as new as sunrise. The various incarnations happened, gave a breakthrough to consciousness and gave opening to the next level. My responsibility is to introduce new consciousness which manifests powers of Sadashiva. As Mahamandaleshwar of Mahanirvani Akada, the oldest apex body of Hinduism, I welcome every one of you. I have experienced Sadashiva in his completion, and he has empowered me to transmit that experience to all of you. It's my commitment to all of you. I'll make you experience and manifest Sadashivatva, powers and state and space of Sadashiva. When you manifest powers, naturally the state of Sadashiva and space of Sadashiva starts manifesting in you. More power manifestation, more integrity, more unclutching, more nirvikalpa samadhi, more joy, more restful awareness, more responsibilism, more enrich, more bliss. This tradition has a capacity to retain its authenticity and originality. My purpose is to make this statement to the world. Hinduism is real. Ideas move from mind to mind. Energy moves from space to space. Cognitions move from body to body. That is why even Sadashiva needs a body. He assumed the body because he needs body to transmit these cognitions to you. Whatever I am doing is reviving the original science as expressed in Sanatana Hindu Dharma, Vedas and Agamas of the Hindu tradition.
Given by Sadashiva, received by Devi, adopted by Vishnu to run this universe is Agama. Agamas insist on us serving beyond our frame.
Whatever experience, anubhuti I had by my Guru's grace, Atma Pramana, I do acid wash with Shastra Pramana, Apta Pramana, the ancient masters' experiences. Whatever finally stand, I share it with the world as Sakshi Pramana. I welcome everyone for the grand feast of Sanatana Hindu Dharma.
Let us go on contributing.
Kailasa, the good God country. Hinduism has something great to offer. Hindu God, Paramashiva, is good. We love him, not just because he gives us what we want, but because he is good, and he has so much to offer to the world that makes the best nation. Hindu God has life positive, all-inclusive, good, spiritual, social, political, and moral principles. Hindu principles are guaranteed solutions for all the major problems of humanity: resettlement, violence and lawfare, impoverishment, inequality, environmental footprint, pandemic and biowar, disputes, feminist movement, women's rights, child rights, minority rights, linguistic rights, human rights. Because Hinduism has the best to offer to the world, Kailasa, standing tall since 1994 for the grand narrative of Hinduism, is the good God's country. Founder of Kailasa, Paramashiva, and his 1008th incarnation, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagwan Nityananda Paramashivam, is the reviver of Kailasa, the enlightened civilization, the greatest Hindu nation. His Divine Holiness was birthed by his predecessors of enlightened masters, great rishis, munis, siddhas, who predicted and recognized His Divine Holiness Bhagwan Nityananda Paramashivam, as an incarnation of Paramashiva as per the science of incarnation described in Hinduism. From his first Chaturmasya at the age of 3 in the year 1980 until the age of 16 in the year 1994, the Supreme Pontiff was trained for the revival of Kailasa. He began reviving Kailasa from the age of 16 after the coronation on the 25th May 1994. Kailasa that we see today is 26 years of sincere hard work of the reviver and Hindu diaspora all over the world. Kailasa has a potential population of 2 billion Hindus worldwide, with over 100 million applications to its citizenship already applied. Hinduism has stood over 10,000 years as an enlightened civilization, has been a global beacon of spiritual and timeless wisdom, technology, culture.
He's wearing a grey jacket. His name is Boris.
The world's ancient civilization produced more than 40% of the world's GDP.
Purpose of life is to experience oneness with the ultimate reality, Paramashiva. Life exists on the planet Earth for last 40 billion years, and 5 times life faced complete extinction on the planet Earth. But somewhere one DNA, one cell, living organism is thrown out of planet Earth, preserved inside a volcano rock. After millions of years comes back to Earth due to gravity or whatever reason, gets into the ocean and starts the life again. Sanatana Hindu Dharma is the conscious science to give breakthrough to your DNA through natural selection process and to your consciousness through the conscious decision process. Sanatana Hindu Dharma is a sacred spiritual science. It is not bunch of do's and don'ts. No. Please understand, it is the revelations of sacred truths, cosmic truths, powerful cognition. It is still alive. That science is available, time-tested, foolproof. This science of living enlightenment is the complete solution for all the problems individual or society or modern day humanity is facing. Then you will understand all the problems of the modern day humanity. Sanatana Hindu Dharma is solution. Whether the terrorism or climate change, natural calamities or man-made calamities, for all the problems humanity is facing, the only solution is science of living enlightenment, revealed by Paramashiva from the Vedagamas in the modern day through this body. I am a Hindu revivalist, not by any revolution, but by evolution and setting model communities. Understand? Kailasa is reviving the ancient Hindu enlightened civilization. Paramashiva manifested this Kailasa Mandala, the enlightenment ecosystem and the lifestyle.
Dvandvatidam gagana sadusham tatmamasyaadilaksham Yegam nityam vimalamachalam sarvadi sakshibhutam bhavadidam trigunarahitam sadgurum tam namami. We welcome all the viewers watching us live on Kailasa TV, Nityananda TV, YouTube, and from various social media platforms with all our love and respect.
So we welcome all of you for this glimpses of Parashakti Akashic reading session. As we all know, since beginning of April 2021, all of us are witnessing the profound Parashakti Akashic reading by Devi Parashakti herself through the Nijavatar, through the supreme body of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Maha Sannidhana Bhagavan Srinityananda Parameshwaram, and radiating, expressing a lot of love, blessings, boons to thousands of people all around the world. So now in this session today, we'll be first, we have an introduction about the Bhava Samadhi Darshan and also what is Akashic reading. And we all will be moving on into the various glimpses where Devi Parashakti herself has shared to the whole humanity, has given a lot of message to the whole humanity. So we'll be playing those videos, and also we'll be sharing the English translation.
And also we'll be sharing the insights from the revelation of Parashakti. So now we'll be sharing the introduction, a small brief on what is Bhava Samadhi. Bhava Samadhi awakens a Kundalini Shakti and your whole brain becomes alive. This influx of superconsciousness energy visibly slows down the aging process and improves immunity to disease. With increasing levels of coherence, the whole brain comes alive, turning into a superconductor of conscious energies that heal, empower, and transform our lives. The benefits of Bhava Samadhi Darshan is having darshan or even a glimpse brings lasting transformation in us, cleansing lifetimes of karmas and raising you to the next level of superconscious breakthrough, like healing the reset pattern being. The science of Bhava Samadhi Darshan. During Bhava Samadhi Darshan, our neurons mirror that of the avatar. Mirror neurons activate and process all the observed movements or information of the avatar just by seeing. That is our entire body silent and without movement. Recreates what is happening, distance is far away, experiencing the conscious and related by the avatar.
So now we see Akashic readings. So Akashic readings are the readings from the archives. Akashic reading is not prediction; it is a reading from the cosmic archive. There is no such thing as past and future, beyond space, station, instruction. happens simultaneously in the dimension of time, starts past, present, and future. But in Akashic records, there is no past, there is no present, and no future. That is why what you call as happening yet to happen are clearly already recorded.
So now, before moving on to sharing the insight of revelation of Parashakti Akashic reading, would like to share with all the viewers watching this live right now that every day the Parashakti Akashic reading happens live at 6 a.m. India Standard Time and 8 p.m. India Standard Time. The introduction starts at 2 a.m. in the morning and in the evening starts at 4 p.m. So we request whoever watching live right now, share this with all your friends and family and share this with everyone so that they experience the Parashakti Akashic reading and benefits in their life, which will bring life transformation experience in their life, in this lifetime.
Yes, so now today we'll be seeing the first revelation that the Parashakti is the devotion with the habits which has opened up in India. So we'll now play video, the clippings, and also be reading on the rough English translation.
சொல்லும் நபர்கள் போடும் சண்டை சச்சரவெல்லாம் எரியும் பெருநெருப்பில் இருக்கும் இரண்டு எலிகள் போடும் சண்டை போன்றது. யார் சரி யார் தவறு என்பது இப்பொழுது முக்கியம் அல்ல. உயிர் காத்துக் கொள்ளுங்கள், எல்லோரும் நன்றாய் புரிந்து கொள்ளுங்கள். நன்மையைச் சொல்லுகின்றேன், உண்மையைச் சொல்லுகின்றேன். இந்திய நாட்டில் இருக்கும் மக்கள் எல்லோரும் கேளுங்கள். கருட புராணத்தில் வியாசன் சொன்ன கிருமி போஜனம் என்னும் நரகம் திறந்து நேரடியாய் இந்தியா மீது இடிபோல் விழுகின்றது. ஆதி கைலாசத்திற்கு ஓடிச் சென்று வருமுன் காத்துக் கொள்வது மட்டுமே ஒரே வழி. கொரோனா பெருந்தொற்று கொள்ளை நோய் கிருமி போஜனம் எனும் நரகத்தை பூமிக்கு கொண்டு வந்து விட்டது. அகோர தாண்டவத்தின் ஆட்டம் யாராலும் அடக்க முடியாத அளவிற்கு ஆரம்பித்து விட்டது. புதிதாய் உருக்கொண்டிருக்கும் இந்த நுண்ணுயிரி மைல்கள் கடந்தும் காற்றினில் உயிரோடு இருந்து மற்ற உயிர்களையும் அழித்து உடல்களை தின்னும் பெரும் வலிவு கொண்ட பேரசுரர்களாய் வலம் வர துவங்கி விடுகின்றது. நன்றாய் புரிந்து கொள்ளுங்கள். வருமுன் காத்துக் கொள்ளுங்கள், அது ஒன்றே வழி. அதற்காகவே ஆதி கைலாசத்தை திறந்து வைத்திருக்கின்றேன். உயிர் காத்துக் கொள்ள வேண்டி விரும்பும் எல்லோரும் ஓடுங்கள் ஆதி கைலாசத்திற்கு. இந்தியாவில்தான் இந்த நரகம் திறந்து உலகெங்கும் பரவப் போகின்றது. கிருமி போஜன நரகம் பூமிக்கு வந்துவிட்டது. மனிதர்கள் செய்த மகா கொடுமைகளினால். அன்னை முன்னின்று என் அடியவரை காப்பேன் சொல்வதை கேட்டு உயிர் காத்துக் கொள்ள விரும்புவோர் வருமுன் காப்பது ஒன்றே வழி என்று தெரிந்து செல்லுங்கள் ஆதி கையிலைக்கு. ஓம் ஓம்.
Somebody reading out the translation of the revelation is the first. So we're projecting the English translation and we reading out the other.
All of you understand properly. I'm telling good. I'm telling truth. Everyone in India, all of you listen. All of you know there was mentioned by the as a word, and it is directly falling on India as the running to Palika, something it is only corona has brought health. No one has given this microorganism that is found to be like in air or minus to the showing the society device. It has started growing as the demonstration understand properly. It's the only way for that I open Palilasa. Those who want to save their life, all of you run Palilasa. Only in India, this is open and is going to the world. Them has come because of the suffering and violence. Mother, I will protect those who listen to me. To save their life, learning that prevention is the only way to protect, to go to others. So, a few yes, are of the revelation which proves the manifestation of the Parashakti and she has stated and just the revelation of the business of the so the next
the next. We are just presenting some of the articles which is out right after the revelation of the Parashakti in all of you, which clearly shows whatever that Devi is revealed, started manifesting. So we have all just watched some of the newspaper art to all of you. All this right after the revelation of Parashakti. You can clearly see whatever the Devi revealed start manifesting.
So now we will see the second revelation, which the Parashakti has given the secrets of love.
So we are and now we'll be watching the video. Yes.
கேட்டுக்கொள், உன் கேள்விக்கு உன்மூலமாய் உலகெங்கும் இருக்கும் இந்துக்கள் எல்லோர்க்கும் அளிக்கின்றேன் உத்திரம். கேட்டு வாழ்ந்தால் உங்கள் வாழ்க்கை பத்திரம். நன்றாய் கேளுங்கள். பிறப்பின் ரகசியத்தை பிறப்பிலா பெருமை உடைய பரமேஸ்வரி சொல்லுகின்றேன் கேளுங்கள். அண்டஜம், யோனிஜம், ஜலஜம், பீஜம் எனும் 4 விதமான பிறவிகளில் 84,000 யோனிகளில் பிறக்கும் பிறப்புகளிலேயே பெருமை வாய்ந்ததும் உத்தமமானதும் மனித பிறவி. அந்த மனித பிறவியிலும் பலமுறை பிறந்து உழன்று அரசியல், பொருளாதாரம், சுகபோகம், தர்மம், அர்த்தம், காமம் எனும் ஆசைகள், துக்கங்கள், அச்சங்கள் அனைத்திலும் அழன்று உழன்று இனி வேண்டாம் இப்பிறவி, வேண்டுவது மோட்சமே என்று முடிவெடுத்தோர்க்கு மட்டுமே ஹிந்து மத யோனிஜம், ஹிந்து பெற்றோர்க்கு பிறந்திடும் சனாதன ஹிந்து தர்ம யோனிஜம், மனித பிறவி உத்தமம், சனாதன ஹிந்து தர்ம மனித பிறவி எடுத்த எல்லோருக்கும் பிறவிக்கும் உரிமையும் உண்டு. இந்த கடமையை செய்வோம் என்று சத்தியம் செய்ததனால்தான் அந்த உரிமை அளிக்கப்பட்டது. பூமிக்கு வந்தபின் மனம் மயங்கி மதிமயங்கி சனாதன தர்மம் காக்க மறந்ததனால் மாயை அவர்கள் உயிரை பறிக்கின்றாள். நன்றாய் புரிந்து கொள்ளுங்கள். உயிரை கொடுத்தாலும் தர்மத்தை காப்போம் என்று உறுதி எடுத்தவர்க்கே சனாதன ஹிந்து தர்ம யோனிஜம் அளிக்கின்றேன் யான். உடல் பெற்ற பிறகு ஊழிப் பெருவலியால் ஆசை அச்சங்களை உதறவிடாது, உதறியும் விடாது சனாதன ஹிந்து தர்மம் காக்க மறந்தோரை உயிர் வாழ தகுதியில்லாதவர் பட்டியலில் உடனடியாய் மாயை சேர்க்கின்றாள். அதனால் ராட்சசர்களும் அசுரர்களும் தானாகவே இவர்கள் உயிரை எடுக்கின்றார். நன்றாய் புரிந்து கொள்ளுங்கள். உயிரை கொடுத்தாலும் தர்மம் காப்போம் என்று நிற்பவர்க்கு நிலைத்திடும் வீரஸ்வர்க்கமும் கைலாச பதவியும், எக்காரணம் கொண்டும் தர்மம் காக்க மறந்த உத்தமோத்தம ஜனனமான சனாதன ஹிந்து ஜனனம் பெற்ற மக்களுக்கு இல்லை வேறு கதி. சனாதன ஹிந்து தர்ம மனித ஜனனம் உத்தமோத்தம மனித ஜனனம். உங்கள் உரிமை உலகில் அதிகம், உங்களுக்கு கடமையும் உலகில் பெரிது. தர்மம் காத்தாலே கடமை, தர்மம் காக்காதார்க்கு உயிர் வாழும் உரிமை இல்லை.
நன்றாய் புரிந்து கொள்ளுங்கள். உத்தமோத்தம பிறவியான சனாதன இந்து தர்ம பிறவி எடுத்த எல்லோரும் புரிந்து கொள்ளுங்கள். உங்கள் வாழ்வின் முதற்கடமை தர்மம் காத்தல். தர்மம் காக்க தர்மம் உங்களை காக்கும். சனாதன இந்து தர்மம் காக்க மறந்திட்டால் வாழும் உரிமையை நீங்கள் இழந்து விடுகின்றீர்கள். அதற்கு மேல் வாழ்ந்தென்ன அழிந்தென்ன? பூமிக்கு பாரம் குறையட்டும் என்று அசுரர்களும் ராட்சசர்களும் உங்களை உண்டு தீர்க்கின்றார்கள். அதையும் மாயை சும்மா இருப்பாள். பிறவியின் ரகசியத்தை உலகிற்கெல்லாம் உயிரை பத்திரமாய் பார்த்துக் கொள்ளுங்கள். அன்னை சொல்லும் அருள் சத்தியம் ஏது? ஓம் ஓம் ஓம்.
So we're taking the English translation of the vision that we just watched. So we're reading the rough English translation. Everyone who took this in the science of living enlightenment and Sanatana Dharma, and also they have the right of experiencing its benefits. This right was given to them because of their commitment given by them to this responsibility. After coming to Loka, by getting mentally deluded and forgetting the Dharma, protecting Sanatana Dharma, Maya, she takes away all the soul. Understand carefully. I'm giving Sanatana Hindu Dharma Union only for those who gave the commitment of protecting Sanatana Dharma, even by giving their life. After getting the body because of painful deluge, and adopting fear and greed, for those who forgot to protect Sanatana Hindu Dharma, Maya should email to the list of those who are not worthy of living. Therefore, practices and asuras are automatically taking away life. Next slide. Understand properly. All those who took the Dharma, it is Sanatana Hindu Dharma, but all of you understand the first responsibility of your life is protecting the Dharma. If you protect the Dharma, Dharma will protect you. If you forget to protect Sanatana Hindu Dharma, you lost the right of living. After that, what does the belief will get destroyed? Asuras and Rakshasas will eat you, so that the burden on earth is reduced. Since that Maya, she will keep quiet. I told the cosmic secret, the secret of birth, to the whole world as answer. Understand? Follow it in life and protect your soul carefully. This is the graceful truth told by me, Mother.
So now we'll see a video where the Supreme Court of Hinduism directly explain on the secret of birds. So we'll be now playing the video. The secrets of birds.
while waiting for the video to be played. I'd like to remind all the viewers watching us to all the viewers watching us to join the live Akashic reading, the live Parashakti Akashic reading, which will be happening every day live in the morning and evening at 6 p.m. Indian Standard Time and 8 p.m. Indian Standard Time. So now we'll be moving on to the video.
सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. I welcome you all with my love and respects. Today I'll try to respond to the questions related to birth. Why do we forget the purpose of life when we are born? Beautiful question. Please understand, when you go through the process of birth, your body slowly comes out of mother's womb. With a heavy pressure, it comes out. That is the moment when the life, individual soul, reflects on the body. So it's a very strong process. One, you are coming out of the place where you are very comfortable, cozy, cool, happy, and completely protected and secured. You don't need to think about your food. You don't even need to think about breathing, because life was extension of mother's life. So there is no responsibility. You are completely protected, secured. From that secure place, you are moving into a space where you need to take the responsibility for yourself. First thing, now you need to start breathing. You need to start eating. You need to start digesting. Now you are responsible for your life. You need to enter into the different space where you become responsible for everything. So this is a very big change. First thing. Second thing, the individual life is settling into your nervous system. So it's a big chaos. In this big chaos, naturally, you forget the purpose for which you assumed this body. You assume this body. That is why I always tell people, when you are in the body, go to that silence where you can really relive the moment of birth. You need to become so silent, so settled into your being, where you can encounter the moment when your life and body overlapped on each other, when your life and your body met each other, when you started taking the responsibility of breathing, when first time you threw the mucus through your nose out, first time you started inhaling and exhaling. If you settle with yourself, you can go to that space. When you understand, experience that space even once, you will see very beautifully, very clearly the purpose of your life, which you have forgotten. Actually, the chaos which happened during your birth made you forget why we are born, why you took birth. The purpose of life is forgotten because of the chaos you go through at the time of birth. Now, if you rest, enter into the silence, go back to the same moment
Go back into that same deep moment. You will know the purpose of life. You will accept. You will understand. The next question. Do I have the same purpose of life in every birth? No. Before the birth, at your previous death, see, before you leave the body, your whole life is presented in front of you. You see the whole thing, all the major things which you thought as essence of your life. You see, when you live, you think many outer world things as essence of your life. Many things drives you. For somebody, money drives their life. For somebody, love drives their life. For somebody, eating drives their life. For somebody, sex drives their life. For somebody, power drives their life. Whatever may be driving your life, whatever is purpose of, whatever you think as purpose of your life, you run behind it. At the moment of death, you will evaluate whether your running was proper, whether your running was right or wrong. If your running was right, you will think, oh, that's right. Then I'll run for the same purpose in next life also, in a deeper sense, in a much higher scale. If you feel for which you ran in this life did not give what you wanted, you will see, no, let me change the direction. Let me change the direction. So please understand, the purpose for which you ran in your life, at the time of death, if you feel you are fulfilled, then you may not be bothered to take one more birth. If you feel the purpose for which you are running gave you a lot, but you need to run in that same direction more, then you may take the life and have same thing as a purpose in a higher scale. But if you think, no, for what you ran did not give that fulfillment or did not make you feel happy, comfortable, then naturally you will feel, oh, then let me change the purpose of life. Before the death, your whole life will be in front of you, like a fast forward. Based on that, you make the decision on purpose of next life. For example, if somebody thinks during the moment of death, eating was the best thing they had in their life, that's the best enjoyment they enjoyed in their life. Like for example, eating all kinds of food was the best thing they had in their life. I have heard, and I have even seen some people, they travel country to country just for food, just to taste the food they travel. Anyhow, so if you feel eating as the best thing you had in your life, maybe you will think, oh, then let me take the birth, such a body, that kind of a situation. I'll spend all my life